Hi, I'm Brad at remodeling.kc.com. So how do you pick a contractor? How do you hire a remodeling contractor? You know, what most people do is they'll make a decision they want to remodel their bathroom or kitchen, and they'll call a few contractors and have them come in so they can get their 3 bids. And the contractors come in, they look at the space, they talk to them a little bit, and they take some measurements, and maybe they come back with a bid, and maybe they don't. You can hire contractors that way. In fact, I would say 98% of the people that hire contractors for their home, that's their method. But our suggestion here at remodeling.kc.com is that you have a methodology before you even call the first contractor. And we call that the cycle. The cycle is 4 easy steps: interest development, qualifying, proving it, and proposal. So you don't even get a price until they pass the first and second, and maybe even 3rd step. Why bother taking pricing from a guy who's not really going to pass muster? So today's education is about the cycle. Enjoy it. So what is the cycle? The cycle is a methodology that I've learned years ago that basically involves a 4-step process. And I'm going to go through the 4 steps with you, tell you what they mean, and how to maybe use them, and how they might help you in picking a contractor. The first step is interest development, and that's the point where you and whoever you're with that's deciding to remodel, you decide that, you know, I'm kind of interested, I'm going to do some education, maybe see what some other people do, but get yourself ready for picking out a contractor. But kind of decide what it is you want to do. And if you're ready, that's the time to contact the contractors, not way, way, way in advance. And not at the last minute. So once a contractor comes, what most people do is they show them the space, they show them a bathroom, and they say, well, I want to tile this, I want a new cabinet, and a new shower. How much is it going to be? Well, there's a lot of contractors are so used to the process that they go ahead and do some measurements and come back and give you a bid, and here's how much it is. And you will take a look at the bids, decide if you like the guy or not, and you'll take the low bid, maybe, or the second bid, or maybe they're all real close. Who knows? But what you should really do is establish in the education phase, the qualify phase, what it is you want. So the way this works is there's 4 phases, and once you finish one phase, you move to the next phase. And if you don't get past to the next phase after that because you didn't get finished, go back and keep looping between the first 2 phases and then the second and third until you're ready to move to the next one. But do not go clear to the last phase and start over again with the first one. You'll waste a lot of time. And from some of our other videos in our planning tool about how to get ready to remodel, one of the principles is that remodeling ideas are endless and that everything's connected. So since that's true, you don't want to go 3 phases down and start over again. Like, well, I know we talked about doing the bathroom, but now let's do the kitchen. That would be a good example of when that was happening. So you're in the qualify phase. And in qualify, what you might do is just take 10 things or 5 things that you want to do in your remodeling project and invite a contractor in and visit with him a little bit and share with him what are those 5 things and make him respond to those 5 needs only. If he tries to change your needs without good reason, then he's someone who has a certain amount of skills and he's trying to sell you his skills because he needs that job as fast as he can get it. This is about your remodeling project. So you want to be in control of the process by controlling what's answered and what's asked. So once you pick 3 or 4 contractors that have responded appropriately to your needs only, then you can visit with those contractors and expand that to maybe 10 things and go through the process again and have them put together, not pricing, but a ballpark price for you. But let's make them prove it. How do you make them prove the big claims that they've just made to you for your remodeling project? Well, someone's already living the history that you're about to purchase from this contractor. They just finished a job somewhere. So you want to get some references, but not just any references. You want recent references. Maybe their past 2 or 3 jobs. Because those people are going to be the ones with the sorest toes or the most recent experience of exchanging money for an experience and a product. So if they're ever going to be upset, this will be the time they're the most upset. Same as if they're happy. They're going to be very happy if it was a great experience and they're living in this new space. So you want recent references. You also want some long-term references. Why is that? Well, when you do some remodeling, sometimes it takes some time for that remodeling to let you know whether the job is going to withstand the test of time. Floors should last 30 years. But if after 2 or 3 years you're having some cracking, and I don't mean of the grout, I mean of tiles, that's probably not a very good contractor. He probably won the business on a low bid, and 2 to 3 years from now you have a product that should be lasting 10 to 20 years, and it's cracking it too. So you want someone who lets you know how that contractor's performed long term. Secondly, if there are issues and you call him, does he come back? Or is that an opportunity to renegotiate altogether? So having a combination of long-term and short-term references would be a good idea. Most of the time, if we do any references, we do them right before we start the job because we've already hired the guy. Check those things out before you make a contract with that contractor. And the last thing is then give your proposal, a specific proposal for what it is you need, what it is you want, how much is that going to cost, and then you can move to the next phase, which would be contracting and execution. And we'll cover that in Successful Strategies, another video from remodeling.kc.com. If you like this, tell your friends.